What's up guys, welcome back for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Duel video. A new spell card, a new powerful spell card actually was revealed earlier today, Draw of Destiny. It's a strange card. It's of course a very solid card, a good card, but gets neutered by the amount of restrictions, right? I mean, Draw of Destiny, the name says itself, like just activate the card, and as soon as you activate it, you have to pick 3 different cards from your deck, reveal them I believe to your opponent, and then they'll be put at random on the top of your deck, and then you get to draw one of those cards. So basically at random, and well, just basically the same for a painful choice. Pick 3 very solid cards, good cards in that particular game situation, and then, well, you know, you'll get to draw one of those cards. And the other 2 will still stay on the top of your deck, basically stacking your deck for the upcoming turns as well. Unless, of course, you search through your deck. But there are too many restrictions for this card, and that's probably one of the reasons why this card won't see that much competitive play. Then again, maybe side deck going second. This card is, of course, much better, since a couple of restrictions here is that, first of all, your opponent needs to control more life points than you. Of course, there are a couple of things to bypass this, cards like Instant Fusion, Upstart Goblin, Trick Clown off of Brilliant Fusion, Hero Lives here in this particular deck. There are definitely multiple ways to get your life points lower than your opponent, and I'm talking about the first turn, of course, going first. But again, going first, that's not really too optimal. Well, and of course, I'm only looking at this particular card. Going second and maybe side decking this card, it might be okay. And the other restriction is that your opponent needs to control the highest attack monster. And, well, again, going first, there aren't really too many options to give your opponent, or forcing your opponent to have, like, the highest attack position monster. The only 2 options, reliable options I can think of, is first of all Grinder Golem, of course, and Summon Sorceress. So very similar strategy as the Slash Draw FTK, right? But anyway, going first this time, and again, yeah, so this is Dark Warrior again, going for, and then again, yeah, something I haven't mentioned yet is, as soon as I use, or as soon as you use the Draw of Destiny spell card, after that, you can't set any cards, so like not set the traps or any thing you draw after you activate the card. So that's something huge, right? And after that, you can also use only one effect for the rest of the turn. So let's say if you draw like, well, no, I don't know, card for the mice, you can only use that particular card. Well, anyway, you can only use one effect for that, at least for the remaining of the turn, right? So keep in mind with something like your Link 4 here, your Gumlar, as soon as you already used an effect and then potentially try to use Gumlar's effect, that won't work. Again, you can only use one effect after that. So that's something that's sometimes it's quite easy to forget. Ah, yes. So yeah, anyway, going second this time. As you see, I mean, the build 60 cards, don't really take this build for granted. The main point of the video here is to showcase this new card and not focus too much on the card. I mean, it's not like the best card, your MVP of the deck. It's just a card. It might be cool getting it off, but yeah, not really sure if, well, I don't see your Draw of Destiny being highly competitive. Again, as I mentioned before, maybe in a side deck, right? And there are, of course, gimmicky decks like, what is it called, the Rank Up spell card, that as soon as you draw it, you have to reveal it to your opponent and then, you know, special summon a Rank Up monster, etc, etc. So that's okay, I guess. But it's not something too game-breaking, and of course there is a lot of theorio like connected to it with something like Trick Clown, Brilliant Fusion, Yugioh, of using the draw effect, you know, stacking the top 3 cards of your deck and then use Yugioh, drawing those 3, but after that you can't use any effect. So, because, you know, you already used up your Yugioh after you use your Draw of Destiny, so that's a huge hinder for this card. So again, one of those restrictions that Konami probably had to give this guy. I mean, searching and stacking the top cards of your deck of basically like a painful choice. Yeah, that's definitely not fair if it doesn't have any kind of restrictions, right? Boral Sword and Ignister are fine. BLS, right? just going to drop it, and BLS will eventually banish the Boral Sword as well, getting those extra searches, but I need to get rid of my, what's it called, Gumblar, prevent those discards, right? So yeah, banishing the Boral Sword, using the fusion as well to go for the, what's it called, the Dominate guy, you know which one I mean, like sending those 3 different Destiny heroes from your deck to the graveyard. It will be destroyed during your opponent's end phase, I believe, getting the extra draw, and yep, indeed, stacked my opponent's deck, so we knew he would draw into an Ash Blossom, right? So yeah, just go for Boral Sword, reveal the DDR, and attack for a game. So another example going first, having the instant fusion again. Just lowering my life points, making use or potentially making use, or if I see the option to use your Draw of Destiny. But again, it's not like in most situations, well, depends on which cards you opened, of course, but there are, I believe, more situations where it isn't really optimal of using the card. Again, going for something like Summon Sorceress, giving your opponent a monster, and at least a high attack monster, in most situations, that's not really that optimal. Well, there are still like Cerberus or Unicorn to get rid of the monster you gave to your opponent, but again, keep in mind that as soon as you use your Draw of Destiny, after that you can't use, well, only once, right, but after that you can't use any more of your effects, monster effects, spells or traps, so that's again quite important and a huge restriction for this card. Anyway, this was one of the first tools. But yeah, ABC Dragon Buster here on the side of the field. Currently it's a tie, and with the current translation of the card, it doesn't really matter as well if it's a tie, like you and your opponent controlling the high attack monster with the same amount of attack. I believe this doesn't really matter too much. The conditions have been met, so I should be able to use a Draw of Destiny here. Again, picking 3 cards, Monster Reborn has been picked. It's going to be used on the ABC Dragon Buster really soon, but yeah, not really sure which the other cards were, but yeah, Monster Reborn on Buster, trying to banish. Well, yeah, again. Well, if it wasn't for the restriction, I definitely would have banished something on my opponent's side of the field, but nope, already used up a card effect here with Monster Reborn, so I can't use Buster during my turn. I have to wait to use it during my opponent's turn, and thanks to the Nightmare Engine is very, yeah, good play, of course, getting rid of the Fog Blade, getting rid of the Dragon Buster, going for, yeah, his own Buster as well, and eventually he'll just seal the deal with his own Borreload indeed. So Call by the Grave is going to prevent the monster from coming out. And here I go for Destiny and Dragoon, but the other Destiny hero definitely was better, giving me the mass change target, right? But as you'll be seeing, it doesn't really matter too much. I think he was always able to, I think so, right? I think he's indeed always able to go for, yeah, Borreload, unless I'm missing something. It's quite late. it's cool, it's fine. Last example, he gets to start again. This is again, well, it's Dark Warrior, guys. Basically the same. You know, Isolde plays and vote. Is it Makeup? No, it's Ragin indeed. Ragin trying to force out the Tin Can indeed, but getting those extra warriors on my side of the field, opening up like maybe a double Isolde play. There were games where I was only playing one Isolde, but I believe the finalized, quote-unquote finalized build does contain 2 Isolde. The new Destiny hero Link Monster is not in the main deck. It's not really that good. Too big of a restriction that I believe if you use the effect, or it doesn't really matter, like during the turn you special summon or link summon your hero, your Link hero, you can, at least if you use a Reborn effect, you can't special summon other monsters other than heroes, I think. Something like that. So just, you know, play a second Isolde, right? So going for Destiny and Dragoon is good, but nope, the opponent is able to go for the OTK. So a huge hinder, right? As soon as you use your draw cards, only 1 card effect is allowed after that. So again, that's like a huge restriction, but of course, we can't really expect such a great card, such a bonkers card, not getting those extra restrictions. So this new card, Draw of Destiny, it's more of a gimmicky card. Might it see, at least will it see competitive play? Probably not. Maybe in the side decks, like a gimmicky tech Draw of Destiny, but I don't think so. From playtesting, it feels like you're making some more, or at least some awkward plays to make this card live, and I'm not really sure, guys. So like always, feel free to leave some feedback and suggestions, right? Maybe some other decks where this card might shine. I'm definitely missing, at least I might be missing something. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.